All right, hello everyone. Gary Ryan here with you for Fed League Flash, and we're doing the purple room today. Um, Binghamton fans are missing out on this, but anyway, okay. So 4 games last night. First time this year we've had four, and of course Friday and Saturday we're gonna have five. So I'm gonna have to figure out something because this all isn't going to fit on this little board. Um, I could get a big whiteboard like the hockey guy, but yeah, I do like this one. I'm partial to it because it's portable and easy to move, and we'll figure something out. Anyway, yeah, optics. So, you don't care about my whiteboard other than the pertinent information on it. Okay. Last night, first of the 4 games was the Motor City Rockers completing the sweep over the Port Huron Prowlers. Again, a 3-2 final. This time they did not need overtime to do it, but both nights the Rockers ended up coming back from behind to take the game away. A little different situation. Whereas on Friday night, Port Huron kind of lost their momentum due to getting in penalty trouble. Last night rather, Motor City just figured out a way. Very good game though. I thought the action was very good. It was a very good quality game. Not very choppy or looking like an early season game. I thought there was a good flow to it. Scotty Koash, he gets a power play goal. The game winning goal comes from Nicholas Miguel Diaz. And Trevor Babin, again, 2 early goals given up. This time both on the power play to David Guetta and Sam Merritt. He stands tall. Gets in a little bit of trouble, gets a 10-minute misconduct. But now with goalies in the league, if you get a 10-minute misconduct, you are not forced off the ice as a goalie. But that came from a delay of game penalty that kind of escalated. Nonetheless, Babin ends up getting both wins this weekend, saving 29-31. Ian Wallace again played very well. Thankfully, did not get run into last night like he did on Friday. Stopped 29 of 32. So even though he came up with 2 L's. I thought Wallace played very, very well this weekend, and it's good to see him kind of back and anchoring things for the Prowlers. Attendance in this game 1123. The attendance numbers from last night were not very good compared to what you're going to see in January, February, March. But again, early in the season, particularly with the Fed, attendance is usually not great early on for teams. There's a lot of stuff going on. Parents are involved in a lot of things like high school sports and whatnot. And so your numbers are going to be a little lower. But, that it's pretty decent for the first weekend for the Continental Division. All right, second number. Speaking of attendance. Okay, so Watertown, Elmira were supposed to play Friday night. They couldn't because there was a water main break in Watertown. That game will get rescheduled. It hasn't yet, but it will. So the Saturday game in Elmira goes on. Elmira ends up with a shutout in their home opener for nothing. Very sparse crowd. My understanding is there were approximately 15 to 1,600 tickets sold. There were less than 1,000 butts in the seats, but a couple things hurt there. The start time was 6 o'clock. B, there was supposed to be a home opener the week before that didn't happen. And I think people are just kind of like sitting back and taking a wait and see attitude. Well, Elmira showed yesterday that they're a decent club, and they've got some veteran players back from the SP. So um, they're evolving into a more experienced club. So anyway, with last night, Ryan Fritz, he gets the first goal of the River Sharks uh, home records. So that was nice to see. Um, Ends up being a game-winning goal. That was on a 4-on-3 power play. Um, and then Muka was credited with 2 goals, including an empty netter. Although there's some debate as far as well, was it Muka or was it Elijah Wilson on the second goal and Nick Golo on the third? Yeah, puck ended up in the net. So anyway, um, the ice was a little soft, and that may have played a part, but Watertown just looked lifeless. Um, I hate to say it, but and I'm not taking anything away from Elmira because Elmira dominated this game, not just on the scoreboard, not just in the shots category, but puck possession. It seemed like Elmira always had the puck. Obviously, that's not true because Watertown did get 19 shots on Kozlowski, which he turned away all of them. So Kozlowski gets the first shutout in River Sharks history, um, which, again, nice to see. So Elmira showing their fans, hey, we're a good club. Come out and see us. The shots 41-19. Eli Bouchard did play very well. He got pretty well peppered, but did stop 37 pucks. Of course, the 1 goal was an empty netter, so that does not go on him. And again, Kozlowski stopped 19-19. All right. Some extracurriculars in this game. Penalty minutes were 36 for Watertown, 19 for Elmira. But in the end, it goes in as a win for the new Elmira club. Moving a few miles to the east, Binghamton hosts the Danbury Hat Tricks. And after Danbury squeaked out a win in a shootout Friday, Binghamton returns the favor and ends up winning 3-1. And a game that was a little chippy in the first period, but there was no Gisso and no Amesbury in this game. So things kind of calmed down and settled down. There was one, I would call it a mutual fight between Boillard and their new guy. I don't have his name on the list right now. But anyway, now McCullum, after playing so fantastic on Friday night, earned himself a second start in a row, and again performed well. But yeah, he had to make a lot tougher saves last night. In the meantime, Binghamton put Sam Levecki in. I'm sorry, I guess it's pronounced Levici. I'm sorry, my apologies. But anyway, they're getting all their youngsters a look at, and the Levici turned out a good performance. Saved 24-25. The only blemish was a short-handed goal given up. That was Bodenzenchenko scoring for the hat tricks. But before that, there were a couple of goals by Binghamton, so Danbury was never, they were never in the lead in this game. Connor Smith gets the game-winning goal, also a goal from Kirkby, and attendance of 3172. That was the best of the night for the league, but it's still down for Binghamton standards. Penalty minutes, only 28 total in the game. So again, it was a relatively tame game, even though it was very physical. But it was a very clean game. Binghamton's only problem is their power play. They are now 0 for 17 in 3 games, plus a shorty given up. So special teams obviously going to be something that they're going to be addressing. Final game of the night, and I tell you, this game had some fantastic moments. Mississippi ends out pulling out a win in overtime on a penalty shot. That's something you do not see very often. Unfortunately, Colton McGuire with the egregious penalty, and so that created the penalty shot opportunity, which Jackson Bond converted. And so he had himself a nice night, ends up getting the game winning goal on a penalty shot, plus 2 assists. Um, Philip Wong and Chuck Costello each had a goal and an assist. And Joe Shepard, first period, not much to worry about. Second period, Blue Ridge got 32 shots on goal in that second period. And boy, did Shepard have to earn his win. So, yeah, stops 43 of 46 shots. So there you go. 32 of the 46 shots came in a 20-minute span right there. For Blue Ridge, Vladislav, that's going to be a fun name. He gets a power play goal. Eric Fabian Granquist gets 2 assists. And Christian Pavlas, for his efforts, stops 28 of 31. But Shepard ends up earning 2 wins for the weekend, again on a penalty shot. Now, I know a lot of people are making comments that the games are extremely difficult to watch. A, for the camera angle, B, for the cameraman's work, and C, for the play-by-play coverage. Keep in mind, this is a brand new organization. This is a brand new group of people doing this work. They're getting used to, and I don't want to sound condescending, but they're figuring out how to do that hockey thing. So, I mean, this is brand new territory. So this is something we're just going to have to be patient with. They're going to get better. They're going to learn. They're going to improve. In the meantime, the Bobcats have played 2 very exciting games, even though they came up on the short end. They come out with a point in the weekend with the overtime loss. They got the loser point. So I think things are gonna be good in Withville. It's just gonna take some time. So anyway, concluding the weekend, my 3 stars. I'm gonna do this on Sundays from here on out. First star I give to Joe Shepard. Earns himself a win, especially after that crazy second period, stopping 32 shots, or facing 32 shots. Joe Shepard, he ends up for the weekend going 76 for 82 and 2 wins. Second star I would give to Jackson Bond. He gets his goal in spectacular form and 2 assists. And third star I'm going to give to Trevor Babin for being able to overcome adversity, help his team come from behind twice, and come out with a win on the road. So there you go. There is the weekend. I'm hoping that I can capture on the thumbnail the standings, because obviously I don't have room to put standings here. So you can take a look at that. And anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this. And we're going to put together a little bit of a short YouTube video tomorrow, because this week is a big week for all teams in that rosters need to get trimmed down to 19. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. Until then, this is Gary Ryan. Make sure to hit like and subscribe for YouTube. Make sure to follow me on Spotify Monday through Thursday. Facebook, go to the Facebook page. Thank you so much for all your support. We will talk to you again soon.